Carbon fiber, carbon fiber, carbon fiber. It is the new hotness on most Corvettes and most sports cars in general. But there is a gigantic difference in quality based on what manufacturer you go with. And I got a package in the mail today from one of the companies that I trust the most. Let's talk about it. Alright guys, so like you saw there in the beginning, we are going to be doing some carbon fiber installs here on the C8 Corvette Z06. If you've been following the channel for any length of time, you probably already know where this is going. But ultimately what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be swapping out some of the carbon fiber I have on the car for a higher quality carbon fiber from RSC, Racing Sport Concepts. Now, you guys know by now I've already done the Z07 spoiler and the new rear diffuser on the C8 Corvette Z06. If you haven't seen that yet, you can check it out right up here. And I was blown away by the quality of this stuff. So the quality of RSC carbon fiber can easily be summed up in a couple words, and that would be OEM quality at a fraction of the OEM price without the brownish tint to the carbon fiber. So in my opinion, RSC is actually the way to go, even over the OEM carbon fiber, because RSC matches the quality without the brown tint and for less than what GM would charge you. We're going to talk about all of it in the video today, but we're also going to do an install on the car because this carbon fiber that I just got today in the mail needs to be installed on this car. Alright guys, so here's just some of the stuff we're going to be looking at today. We got the mirror caps from RSC. We also got new side skirts, which I'm going to show in a second. But I want to go over why RSC is so freaking good. I mean, first off, look at the weave on this thing. Perfect. Literally perfection. Their wing, the same thing. Not only that, look at them both side by side. They match perfectly. Unbelievable. I mean, the quality of these things, it blows me away every time I look at something from them because it is just perfect carbon. Not only that, these things are feather light because they're actually carbon fiber. They're not fiberglass, which that's going to come into play here in a second. But the big thing about these, something that even GM isn't doing, is that. These are literally complete replacements. These are not stick-on caps. They are complete replacements for your factory-colored mirror caps. Those will be replacing the Segala ones. And actually, while we have these out, let's compare the quality here. It's pretty astonishing. So there's the Segala weave, and in the sun, especially right through here, it starts to get real messy looking versus RSC's. Look at the difference in quality here. Not just that, these are tape-on covers. These are replacements, total replacements. Yeah, I'm pumped for these. So these and the side skirts, so we get everything matching over here. Bill and the guys over at RSC are working on the boomerangs, and as soon as those come in, that will be getting replaced as well. But just like last time I was at RSC with the spoiler and the diffuser, so both of those pieces there are from RSC. Both, again, just ridiculously good carbon fiber with a center line. Ridiculously good carbon fiber down here. Just good quality stuff all around. But you get the instructions and actual warranty / certification of the parts. They send this out to you. I mean, look how professional this looks. We even got a paper clip. That's how you know professional stuff. Anyway, we open it up. Here's the instructions for the mirror caps. I keep saying caps. The mirror cap replacements. Over here, we have the certificate of authenticity, which, again, I got on the spoiler and the rear diffuser. And interestingly enough, this is where all the information's at, my name and everything, but on the back side, I mean, we got gold leaf embossed. Really nice watermark here, kind of for the certificate of authenticity, their address, everything really, it feels almost rubberized. Very, very nice stuff. I'll put this with all of my other filings, so I have all of the official paperwork for all of the carbon fiber parts on this car now, because all of the Segala stuff is going to be swapped out with the RSC. We are de-Segalifying this car, and every time we do, we take the quality of the carbon fiber up a bunch of notches. I mean, you saw the caps for yourselves. Again, replacements. But they are fantastic quality. Outside of the fact that they're replacements, they are just so much nicer quality carbon fiber. And I found out the hard way with the spoiler that the majority of the Segala spoiler was actually fiberglass. Very, very little bit of it was carbon fiber. This one, all carbon fiber. That's why this one weighed about 5 pounds less than the Segala wing. So a lot of this stuff we're going to find is probably going to be the same way with pretty much all these parts. So we're actually doing some weight reduction here too. Anyway, let's take a look at the side skirts, and then we're going to get into the actual install of this stuff. All right, so for the side skirts, we're going to have to actually unbox them outside, but I wanted to talk about the quality of the packing material here. So, number one, I talked to Bill over at RSC about the side skirts and the mirror caps. I think it was 2 days ago, and these arrived at my doorstep today. Super fast shipping, super good customer service, which is definitely very important in this particular game. And number three, they package these things in a way that you're not going to open these up and find damaged materials. Of course, if there was any kind of problems, I'm sure RSC would take care of it. So I'm going to go ahead and open these up, and I'm going to show you why RSC side skirts are a little bit different than everybody else's for the Z06 and E-Ray. These ones are interestingly different. So I know I'm making a big deal out of packaging, but look at this. So foam wrapped, then with a real thick piece of foam wrapped all the way around both side skirts so they can't really move inside the box. This means good things. This means you're not going to get a package or a product that's destroyed, which is awesome. And here it is, guys. One unpackaged, the other one still not. But I think you get the idea. I think you know what's happening here. These are full-length side skirts. These are RSC's version of the side skirt that they classify as part of their GTZ package. So the rear diffuser on the car is a GTZ. They make a front splitter that's called GTZ, and all of them, as you can imagine, just a little bit bigger than what factory has. So this one has the same shape as the Z07 side skirt, only it continues on to the back of the actual car. So the entire side of the car will have a side skirt now, instead of, as you can see here now, there's like a 3/4 length one. So that side skirt will now run the entire length of the car, and not only that, it'll do it in perfect carbon fiber fashion. There it is. Look at that weave. Absolutely perfect. And it's not brown like GM's, so we're getting OEM quality without the brown. And again, we can get a good look at Segala's carbon fiber right next to RSC's. You can pretty clearly see which one has more of an OEM style weave, and really just the quality. You can see the quality. Not only can you see it, you're gonna kind of feel it when you're installing it, because it's going to install a lot easier as well. So this will go right in that same spot, but like I said, instead of stopping right there, it'll run all the way back to the back of the car. This will definitely give the car a beefier look. Here it is on the passenger side, and what you're going to notice specifically in the reflections, I'm not sure how well this will come through on camera, the reflections are a lot more wavy on the Segala stuff. Much more polished and shiny and flat on the RSC. Now another thing is, obviously it is a darker carbon fiber, which is really a good look, but you can see kind of what I'm talking about with it going all the way down. That's going to look really good on there. So we're going to start with the mirror, guys. What we want to do to get the cap off, and in my case there's actually the stock cap and then the Segala cap here in carbon fiber that's taped on, so that's not going to come off super easily. What I need to do is actually remove the mirror. So the first step in the RSC guide, which are really nice by the way, they're printed on what seems like cardstock paper in color, says to basically tilt the mirror all the way in, put your hand in here and basically start pulling to separate it, which I already kind of did off camera. Just gotta pull until you hear what sounds like plastic snapping, and that means you got it out. So from here, there is 3 wires you're going to disconnect. One right here, and then 2 over here for the heating element. And then from here, we're going to go in right underneath the cap here, and there are 2 clips right in here that we're going to separate to start removing this right here. So right there's one, right there is the other. So right here and right there. Okay, so that was actually a lot easier than I thought. Once I pushed up on those 2 clips right there, you just kind of take the rest of it and start opening it up towards the car, and it came right off. Really a lot easier than I thought it would. So there's the clips for factory. We should be able to just pop on the carbon fiber replacement cover here and call it a day. So this is actually pretty heavy. That carbon fiber one is, I bet you, half the weight of this. So not that we're dropping hundreds of pounds off the car or anything, but every little bit adds up. So I'm going to try to separate these 2 just in case anybody wants to buy these Segala mirror caps. You can buy them if you like, but you can see the pattern's not super clean on these ones. It was good for the time being, but like I said, when we go with the RSC stuff, we're leveling everything up. So you're taking your carbon fiber game to the next level. And again, guys, here they are side by side. Segala, RSC. And RSC's is a full replacement versus a stick-on cap. But the weave is also much cleaner, much more OEM looking, minus the brown tint. And here it is all put back together, guys. Literally maybe took 2 minutes. It snapped right in place, and it looks a million times better than the Segala one did. Nothing broke, and I was able to get it right down into place, and you can see it fits right underneath the stock line here. So it is literally an entire replacement for your cap. So this is pretty cool, something that Bill at RSC actually told me about. I'm not sure how well it will come through on camera, but if you look at the weave of the carbon fiber, it actually goes this way on that one and this way on the passenger side. So it almost like swoops around to the front on both of them. So it kind of comes to a center again. This is the kind of attention to detail you're going to get with RSC. Alright, so we are ready for the side skirts now. This is actually what we get from RSC in the package. We get a couple extra bolts because these are longer. They need to be bolted in differently. So let's go ahead and remove the Segala side skirt and start bolting in the new one. So there isn't really too much to removing the side skirts, believe it or not. On the Z06 and E-Ray, they're pretty easy. There is actually 7 7mm screw heads under here, and then 2 push clips, and yeah, this is cracked. And it was not cracked when I put it on here, so I don't know if it cracked on its own or what happened there, but there's 1 push clip, there's another push clip, and then of course your 7 7mm bolts. We'll go ahead and zip those out, and then we're ready for the new one. So here we are. We have the side skirt off, but what I find really interesting is these are the holes here for the side skirt, but up under the car there are also threaded holes that were not used for this side skirt, but will be used for the new side skirt. Why would these holes exist? There's nothing that goes in there that I know of. The side skirt holes right there. What are these guys? Maybe GM plans on coming out with a bigger side skirt for the Z06 and E-Ray. So after we got the side skirt off, what we need to do next is come down here to the very bottom, very end of the car, and take out 2 of those screws there for the new side skirt, because those are going to be reused to hold the new side skirt on. And those are also 7mm. And there it is installed, guys. That's the driver's side. Oof, that really looks good with the new mirror caps. We're going to get a better shot outside tomorrow, but that is a really nice start. Yeah, I'm liking it. Something tells me GM has something like this planned. There is threaded holes underneath there that are not needed for these side skirts, so something has to be coming eventually, maybe for the ZR1, I don't know, but those screw holes would not be threaded underneath there if there wasn't something that used them. So here's the Segala side skirt. I can tell by holding it, this one actually is a hair heavier than the full-length side skirt from RSC, because this one likely has fiberglass in it. It looks like mostly carbon fiber on the bottom, but there are some odd patches that tell me maybe there's some fiberglass in there. I can definitely feel there's a lot of resin in this. This weighs more than the full-length one. Now, this thing here I thought was a crack is apparently not a crack, because it's not cracked on the other side. Interestingly enough, the new bigger side skirt does not use the push clip holes, just the screw holes. But yeah, I mean, if you're interested in exposed carbon fiber side skirts, these I guess are going to be for sale if you want them, along with those mirror caps. And actually you can see here this tip is kind of delaminating. That tip is what looks like carbon fiber, but underneath it is just a bunch of resin and possibly some fiberglass. So that is all the thicker the carbon fiber weave is on this piece. Now this could be glued back down. If you're interested in this, I'll make you a good deal, but there is a tiny imperfection there on the very tip of it, which you won't really see after you install it anyway, but if you want them, let me know. And passenger is done as well. Guys, the side skirts are super easy to install. If you haven't done them on a C8 Z06 or a C8 E-Ray yet, they are nothing like the C8 Stingray. They are much easier to install. Now, RSC was actually even nice enough to give us 3 extra screws. How about that? So you'll get this done. These things are on here a lot better than even the stock ones were. Way more screws up underneath, like I said. Threaded holes under there for some reason, guys. We'll find out soon. But I'm going to take this car out tomorrow to a car show. We'll get you some real nice shots of all the new parts and finish this video up. Passenger side, Segala side skirt, all good. No cracking, no issues. This one's perfect. Both of these are expelled and ceramic coated as well, guys. So if you're interested in these and the mirror caps are not expelled, but they are ceramic coated. Like I said, shoot me an email or leave me a comment down below and I'll make you a deal.
The next day.
All right, guys, so it's the next day here. We're at a car show. Cars and Coffee is kind of winding down now, but I wanted to give you a good shot of these in the sun because I know in the garage it's kind of hard to see exactly what these things are all about. But yeah, I'm getting a pretty overwhelming response here that people like them. So again, just that kind of full-length protection, the full-length skirt, looks really good on the car in my opinion. Gives it a more of a aggressive look down low. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Do you like the full-length skirts? I think it kind of helps widen the whole car out, the entire back. I'm liking it. And then outside of the side skirts, of course, we also have the mirror caps. RSC just freaking killing it with the quality here, guys. I'm really, really impressed with the quality all around RSC. Of course, the big wing in the back here. And then their rear diffuser as well. Just an incredible look. Really, really nice. Anyway, guys, HPO10 will save you 10% off of this stuff. I still got a little bit more coming from them. We are going to do the rear hatch area here. So where the heat vents are, these will be carbon fiber. The backup camera or the rear view camera mirror module there will be carbon fiber. The boomerangs will be swapped out because right now those are Segala. And the front splitter and dive planes will be swapped out as well to completely de-Segalify this and RSC it. This car will be fully racing sport concepts here really soon. But anyway, guys, if you liked what you saw here today, smash the thumbs up. Use code HPO10 to save 10% off of the RSC stuff. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And as always, stay obsessed.